everyone, today is August 25, 2022. It is about 1 p.m. and 21 degrees Celsius. We're walking by the Marriott Hotel here on Bay Street, and we started our video looking at a site of one of the new City Hall buildings at Nathan Phillips Square. And we are now walking north on Bay Street. It is a very nice and sunny day here today in Toronto. It is hot, but also there's no humidity, which is very nice. And there's a very nice cool breeze flowing as well, which is extra nice, and it keeps you nice and cool. Today is a Thursday, and I hope everyone is having a good week. We're here at Bay and Dundas Street. Here's a look east on Dundas Street. Here's a look west on Dundas Street. I'm going to take a bit of a detour today, and I'm going to cross over to the other side of the street and make my way towards University Avenue, where I'll be walking north towards Queen Park. Does anyone have any exciting plans for this weekend? Let me know in the comments. As for me, I'm probably going to be doing a lot of editing and uploading of YouTube videos. Let's cross over here. I'm currently working on multiple YouTube channels, and I'm trying to find different spaces where I can specialize in. There's one space that I was doing some work in, and it was making driving videos on the computer. So there's different kinds of driving games. One is Euro Truck. It's called Euro Truck, and the version out now is Euro Truck 2. And it's kind of like a video game where you get to drive a truck in the virtual world, and you can record your gameplay as you're playing the game. Most of the top competitors in that space have like all these car and driving equipment that they use, such as like a steering. Some people have these setups where they've got the steering wheel and the pedals, and they've got the car chair that moves depending on how your car, your vehicle, or your truck moves in the video game world. Your chair in the real world will also move accordingly. I don't know how that works. I'm guessing it uses some sort of hydraulics of some sort. And so that's pretty cool. And I don't have the equipment yet, so that's gonna be one thing that I'm gonna be working on, trying to get a video game set up so I can do some gaming on YouTube. And I also got these walking videos, and I've got a channel about cars. I make car videos. And we're now passing Elm Street. There's a look east on Elm Street. And they're doing some construction here at the corner of this intersection here. Let me unlock my camera and give you a view of what it looks like. Looks like a building that they're building here, and it looks like it has a tunnel or a walkway that goes here to, this is SIGHTSEEING Hospital. So this could be some sort of a research facility or a teaching and learning facility perhaps, that they're building as an addition to SIGHTSEEING Hospital. It looks like a very beautiful building. It has yellow accents. Here's a different angle, but it's got these yellow stripes on it, which makes it very unique and makes it stand out. Here's some bikes locked together, and these look like the bikes from the bike share that's supposed to be inside one of these positions. Maybe they dropped them off and they're going to be setting them up later. Here's some cool blue colored benches. It says that these were donated by the Rotary Club of Toronto. That was very considerate of them. And we're now walking north on Elizabeth Street, and we're arriving here at Gerrard Street, and I'm going to be taking Elizabeth Street west towards University Avenue. And here's Toronto General Hospital, and this is their entrance. Looks like they're doing some work of some kind, maybe some renovations or upgrading. And at the end of the street here, there's Mount Sinai Hospital. Here's the sign for the Toronto General Hospital that we just walked by right now. Let me unlock my camera and see if I can get a better view. There it is. This is the Toronto General Hospital Peter Monk Cardiac Center. Here's another bike share. I think it's a very good idea to have, a lot of bike shares here and making accessing a bicycle easy for people. That way we can be more sustainable and green friendly. And so here's Mount Sinai Hospital, and I'm going to be turning this way and moving north. And so we're now walking north on University Avenue. And this area is called Hospitals Row by some people, because we've got the Toronto General Hospital here to the east. Over there we've got Mount Sinai, SIGHTSEEING Hospital here, and so on and so forth. And so these hospitals I believe are part of a larger organization called the University Health Network, UHN. And UHN, I think that network helps medical students at UFT and maybe even other universities to get positions at these hospitals for employment upon graduation, or maybe even internships, but you'd have to look into that. Here's the Robert R. McEwen Atrium. There's the Peter Monk's Cardiac Center. There's an Aroma Espresso bar at the corner. And there's Flock Rotisserie and Greens. Unlock my camera so you can see the signs above. This camera doesn't smoothly unlock and lock. It makes these sharp movements and motions when you try to unlock it and lock it, which I hope they've fixed in the DJI Pocket 3, which is the new one that's supposed to be coming out in November. Here's the Queen's Park subway station. Take a detour and zigzag a bit through the area around Queen's Park. There's some new places that I was able to learn more about when I did a ROM walk. I did a group tour walk of the Queen's Park area. And here's a firefighters memorial. There's Queen's Park. And so this is the south side of Queen's Park. And this is I would say this is the south half. Queen's Park is a pretty big area. And there's a south end and a north end. This is the south end. Then there's the Ontario Legislative Building. It's the north side of the south end. Then there's a road. And across that road is the north side of Queen's Park. There's the Ontario Legislative Building. Hope you guys can see it in the near distance there. I think I've done 2 videos of Queen's Park so far. One I did on my own, and one I did the ROM Walk group tour. I highly recommend the ROM walks. They're very nice and educational. You get to learn a lot. And you get to learn a lot about the history of the various different new places that you'll discover on those group tours. You can probably find it online if you type in ROM Walks, ROM, and then Walks, WALKS. And so here's a look at the Queen's Park or Ontario Legislative Building from the east side looking west. It looks like the parking lot's pretty busy. Maybe they're having a meeting in there. But as the Ontario Legislative Building, this is where pretty much all the major government decisions are made regarding the management of Ontario and maybe policy, laws, these kinds of things, long-term plans, short-term plans, all happens here. And so that's pretty cool. And this place has its own rich history as well, which I cover in my previous videos. Here at Queen's Park Port, or Queen's Park Circle East and Wellesley Street West. Here's a look east on Wellesley Street West. Here's a look west on Wellesley Street West. If you follow this path west all the way, it'll take you right into the University of Toronto campus. Here's the Jesuit School of Theology. And so this here would be the north side, or the north end of Queen's Park. In the distance there, there's a lot of green spaces, a lot of old and big trees, such as this one here. This is a very huge tree, and as you can see, it's got a pretty big canopy. And this here is one of the buildings that are part of the Faculty of Law. This is the McLuhan program in Culture and Technology, the Faculty of Information. And so the U of T campus is, I would say one of the words some of these people use when describing the U of T campus is the word sprawling. And so it's very spread out across certain parts of the city. There's many different kinds of buildings like these older kind of buildings. Let me unlock here. There we go. And so they have different schools and different departments and stuff of that nature in different sections of the city within different buildings, similar to these kinds of buildings here. This is the Toronto School of Theology, and these buildings are very beautiful, amazing buildings. I really love the old, I don't know if I should call it the Victorian or Edwardian, but I really like the old architecture and design and style of these buildings. And so ahead of us in the near distance there is the St. Michael's College Kelly Library, and here's a building that says Alumni Hall. And so it says the Musil Family Alumni Hall. It's got these beautiful buildings, beautiful windows. Here's the Kelly Library. And here's an artwork here. Let me get the other side. Apparently the other side there's a lot of famous people. Let's see what we've got Einstein here. Apparently this is Einstein. And there's quite a bit of other famous people here. I think there must be Isaac Newton in there. This looks like Gandhi. One of these people, I think either this guy is probably Aristotle, maybe. Oh, pretty cool. Excuse me, can I walk this or?
Yeah.
Okay. Probably gonna.
Just standing.
Dirty my shoes. You remember? Okay. I'll come by after. Yeah, I know. That's cool. Yeah, I think I'll maybe next time. Thank you. Looks like we can't walk there today. Let's take another path that might be still available. So yeah, there's some beautiful houses here. Here's a plaque that says Marshall McLuhan. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. It says Marshall McLuhan, 1911 to 1980. A pioneer of media studies, this University of Toronto professor became famous in the 1960s for his provocative theories about the impact of print and electronic media on human perception and behavior. Teaching literary criticism led him to the idea that meaning was shaped by the technology of communication. His innovative work probed the influence of the printed word on society, the effects of combining print and images in advertising, and the worldwide impact of radio and television. The concept of the quote-unquote global village and quote-unquote the medium is the message made McLuhan one of the most celebrated scholars in the Western world. And so, if you've had a chance to do communication studies or social studies in some cases, you may have learned of Marshall McLuhan, and he was a professor at U of T, and he came out with the notion of the medium is the message. And so I'm still trying to figure out what that means. And apparently it's a very, Marshall McLuhan's theories and his work is very complex, and in some cases somewhat challenging to understand. Here's an artwork, and it looks like several pieces of metal stuck together or welded together. It's very nice. I love this kind of art where it's kind of abstract and it's made out of materials that last long and can hold up to the weather and changes in weather. Let me do a 360 around this one here, and we'll continue on our way. But yeah, so I think Marshall McLuhan is probably one of the more challenging communicationists, theorists that one can study. And so that plaque was dedicated to him. Here's a rock with different kinds of patterns on it. And so I could get a close-up of this one. And there's another statue here that I want to also see if I get a close-up of for you guys. So it's got these different imprints imprinted into it. Hard to make out what it is. There doesn't seem to be any plaque nearby that would give us more information about it. I'll see if I can check online, see if I can find some more information about it in regards to who the artist or the name of the work or a description of it.
Uncle Terry went here.
And here it is. Here's a statue of, looks like two women sitting on some sort of a thing here. Some sort of a sitting place. Not sure what to call it. And they got their backs to each other, and looks like it looks like they're both facing each other. Maybe they're having a conversation. There doesn't seem to be a plaque here regarding it, so we don't get to have more information about it here. I'm gonna have to see if I can get more information about it online. And let's take the ramps. Today, instead of the stairs, it's been quite a long walk for me so far. This is the Victoria College building on this side, and it says, "The truth shall make you free." This is where you'll find the office of the principal and an alumni hall and so on and so forth. Here's a more level view of it. These are beautiful buildings. Looks like they've been very well kept over the years. Of course, this is the Northrop Fry Hall. This is where you'll find the office of the president and the bursar and the registrar and so on and so forth. This area is now the Victoria University area. And here's the Emmanuel College building. As you can see, the gardening and the grass is very well kept. I would say that their maintenance of outdoor spaces is excellent. Here's the Isabel Bader Theater. And I believe this is Charles Street, so that'll be a look east on Charles Street. And we're now walking west on Charles Street. And this will take us straight to University Avenue. Here's a sign that I'm going to read for you guys while we're here. This says Korean Pagoda Garden, and this plaque is referring to this stone monument here. I'm going to take a closer look after reading this plaque for you guys. But it says this stone monument was constructed in the Republic of Korea by the alumni of Yonsei University Medical College and shipped to Canada in 1985. It was moved to this site in 1998. It expresses the great honor and respect in which 3 early Canadian Christian medical missionaries are held for their dedication and service to the people of the Korean Peninsula. Dr. Oliver Avison, born in Yorkshire, England, he was both a graduate and a teacher at the Toronto School of Medicine, affiliated at the time with Victoria University. He served Korea from 1893 to 1934 in Seoul, founding Severance Union Medical College and Hospital and Chosun Christian College, now Yonsei University. His work in Korea was continued by his son, Dr. Douglas Avison, who was born in Busan in 1893. He was trained at the University of Toronto in pediatrics and served at Severance Hospital until 1940. Dr. Stanley Martin, born in St. John's, Newfoundland, and a graduate of Queen's Medical College, he was designated as a missionary from the Aurelia Presbyterian Church. He served Korea from 1916 to 1940 in Manchuria and in Seoul. He was a pioneer in the field of tuberculosis and was a doctor at Severance Hospital, now Yonsei Medical Center. Dr. Florence Murray, born in Pictou Landing, Nova Scotia, she served Korea from 1921 to 1969 in many districts, from northeastern China to Hamhyung, Wonju, Seoul, and Taegyu. I hope I'm pronouncing those correctly. She was a doctor at Severance Hospital and started its medical records department. The garden surrounding the monument honors the very Reverend Dr. Sang Chol Lee, born in Siberia in 1924 and educated in Korea and Canada. He served as moderator for the United Church of Canada from 1988 to 1990 and as Chancellor of Victoria University from 1992 to 1998. Further information is available in the United Church of Canada and Victoria University archives. And so I'm guessing this is the Korean pagoda garden here. And this is the monument that they were referring to. This is the pagoda in memory of O.R. Avison MD, S.H. Martin MD, F.J. Murray MD, and it was donated by Yonsei University alumni from Seoul, Korea in May 1st, 1985. And so I wanted to make sure I capture that for you guys before we continue on our adventure here. And let's cross the street. And so across the street here is the Royal Ontario Museum. That is one place that I have not yet had a chance to do a video of. Though I'll hopefully have a chance to make one for you guys soon. Apparently they have a very interesting exhibit going on at the moment. Here's the Gardner Museum. And so I did get a chance to cover the Gardner Museum. And so I did a full tour in a previous video. The Gardner Museum was very nice. I very much enjoyed it because it was very educational. I got a unique chance to learn about the history of ceramics and how it relates to royalty, and that's kind of where it's centered around for a very long period of time. And it was seen as something that was very high value and coveted by the royal elite, and only very high level people could afford it and were given the chance to own it, or in some cases certain kings would give ceramic items and objects to other people with royal status as gifts. So that was very unique. And we're now on Avenue Road. Across the street here is the Park Hyatt Hotel. And let's go this way through Yorkville. And this road is called Cumberland Street. Here's a beautiful waterfall that I want to show you guys. It's very nice, very relaxing and soothing. We've got a new bench here where one can take a break, have a seat, and rest a bit from the hustle and bustle of the city. And so we're now walking east on Cumberland Street. This is the Yorkville Rock. Across the street here. It looks like it's a pretty steady day here today in Yorkville. Tell them no. And here's the Sassafras restaurant. Take a look inside. Pretty steady day here today. I'm going to make my way towards Bay Street on Yorkville Avenue, which is the next street up ahead. Then I'm going to take us north around Davenport. And then connect back to Avenue Road and make our way back down. So here's Yorkville Avenue, and looking west on Yorkville Avenue, they still got the setup for the art festival that they have going on. It's Victoria Nervota. Here at Bay Street and Yorkville Avenue. We should look south on Bay Street. And we're going to be heading north on Bay Street here, past Yorkville Avenue. And this will take us straight to Davenport. There's the Four Seasons Hotel across the street. Just back in, get a better view here for you guys. Here's a look up at the Four Seasons Hotel at Bay Street and Yorkville Avenue. Beautiful building, very nice glass on the outside. The Four Seasons Hotel is definitely one of the best hotels in the city. It might even be the best hotel in the city, depending on who you ask. We're now passing Scholar Street. Looks like they're building a condo here. There's a sign that says 50 Scholar, and there's a crane. And it looks like they're probably building a condo. And here's the Jesse Ketchum Park. And that's a park, it's a small park at Bay and Davenport. So they got a plaque here, let's take a look. This is regarding the Jesse Ketchum School. That's readable and legible. And across the street we've got the Maserati dealership. They got quite a bit of cars in there. I'm gonna take a break here for a bit. And I just had some lunch. And we're gonna start our walk back up. Feel much better. And we're now walking west on Davenport Road. And across the street is the Sullivan Building. And it's got a very cool teal bluish color to it, bluish greenish. And this building's been here for pretty much as long as I can remember. It says it's the Sullivan Grant Building. I think they used to have an art gallery on the main floor, if I'm not mistaken. And here's the College of Nurses of Ontario. This is their head office building. Now here at Davenport Road and Bishop Street. And over here we've got Harvey Callis at 113 Davenport Road. Harvey Callis is an upscale real estate brokerage in the city of Toronto, and they do a lot of high-end real estate, residential real estate sales mostly, I believe. There's the Belmont Parkette across the street, and there's Belmont Street beside it, and that leads you straight to Yonge Street. Here's a pretty cool store. It's all white, and they've got a white door, they got white tables and white chairs. Looks like it's a women's fashion store. And here's Home Instead. Says to us it's personal. I'm not really sure what Home Instead is, but I believe before they moved in here it used to be a marketing agency. And here's the Toronto EMS station 45. I'm going to go ahead and cross the street here. Across the street there, we've got Crate Maker, we've got Beja and Azon Salon beside Yorkville Convenience. 181 Davenport Residences. And this was built by Mizrahi in 2016. This is 133 Hazelton Residences. I think it's also might be by Mizrahi, along with this building across the street here at the corner. And there's some art galleries across the street. There's the Alan Klinkoff Gallery and Sotheby's International Realty, which is not an art gallery but a real estate company. There's the Odon Wagner Gallery, and there's another gallery there across from it, along with the Mintink Gallery. So there's many different galleries here. Now this is kind of like the northern edge of Yorkville. Now here at Davenport and Avenue Road. And we're now walking west on Davenport Road. We just passed Avenue Road. Here's the Avenue Diner, and they've been in here since 1944. Doesn't look like they're open. Here's a look at their menu. And they've been here for such a long time. And here's the Stanley Vogman Antiques. And this is a heritage building because it says heritage building on top of the door there. And of course here's a mural beside the Avenue Diner. There's a lot of design and interior design places, exterior design places. Here's Gluckstein Design. And Gluckstein is a famous designer in Toronto. Here's Powell and Bonnell. And they've got all kinds of interior decor and stuff of that nature. And across the street there's some more places. Here's the Joseph Tuff Park. Here's a pretty cool garden that they have here beside this building. And some nice grass. Across the street is KX and Park Avenue and Mimi. I believe those are restaurants. And here's a new development here in front of 250 Davenport Road. Looks like they've built some parking spaces here, and they've got a huge townhouse complex here and a condominium development. That's what it looks like from here. These are some pretty big townhouses. This is what it looks like across the street. There's a relatively high-end condo there and a blinds to go store. But these townhouses are very nice, amazing. Everything's brand new. And there's the condo above. Get away from the noise. But here's the relatively new condo that they built here, and they got some retail spaces leased out on the main floor. I think a supermarket and some food places would be very nice to have here. And we're now here at Davenport Road and Bedford Road. And there used to be a building here with a Subway sandwiches at the corner, and it is now flattened down and I guess it's being prepared for development. I'm gonna go across the street here on the other side of Bedford Road and see if I can get a view from the west side of this building. And so this is 181 Bedford. I'll unlock my camera, there we go. And here's a look at what it looks like. This is a very nice condominium. Everything's brand new, very clean. This is pretty much an amazing location. And you got the CN Tower right there in the distance. Let's see if I can zoom in, there we are. I'm very eager to see what this is going to look like once it's all complete and once the retail spaces have been completed and developed and moved in by the tenants. Across the street here we've got the Creed building. And this is the Creed Building residences. I believe these are condos. And they've been here for quite a long time. Let's take a walk down Bedford Road towards the south. And this is where you'll find many old Victorian homes that are just absolutely stunning. Some of them, I believe, have been completely renovated on the inside. So you look on the outside and it's got this kind of old feel to it, but then as soon as you open the door and go inside, everything is modern. And these are huge, huge, massive lots. I mean, amazing. And let's cross over here towards the east. And we'll cross over here towards the south side of Bernard Avenue, which we're passing at the moment. But these houses are just incredible, very beautiful. You know, this one here, very nice and clean. These are very well maintained. It's a very quiet neighborhood. Very calm, peaceful. This is a great location. You are very close to the UFT St. George campus. I would still consider this being a part of Yorkville. This would be the west side of Yorkville. Here's one that has been renovated on the outside. Looks like they've done a lot of work and they put in a lot of effort to maintain this house here. Gorgeous house. Everything's very modernized and clean.
In that 3 months, things can change.
This one's very nice here. I got these beautiful white flowers here. This is definitely an ideal place to live if one is planning on attending UFT.
It's like,
Or even someone who just wants a lot of peace and quiet. Here's another one that's very stunning. Hard to see because of the trees in the way. But looks like they've done quite a bit of work, and this is very, very well kept and well maintained. It's amazing the amount of work that some of these owners put into the properties and maintain them. Definitely helps the houses maintain their value, their market value as well. Now let's go over this way towards the east. This area is kind of considered the annex. We're now on Lowther Avenue, and so the annex is an area that touches onto the outer boundary of the Yorkville area. And here's some other houses. And some beautiful flowers here. Or plants, I guess. And here's some more houses. I like this one. I like the these more contemporary house designs, as opposed to these ones that are more older. And straight ahead we have the south entrance on the west side of Yorkville Village. And here's some beautiful red flowers here. And here's some nice white flowers. And I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button. For more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon. And I will see you in the next one. Take care.